Something significant is shifting in your life right now. You feel a deep urge to safeguard your plans and protect the steps you're about to take. The reason is clear. Not everyone around you is ready to understand your vision or support your progress, and some may even unintentionally hinder it. Whatever you're working on, whether it's a personal transformation, a creative project, or a big move, it's essential to keep it private until the timing is right. If this resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe for more insights, and comment 77 to affirm your openness to the blessings ahead. Chapter 1. Embracing Silence as Your Shield. Choosing to stay quiet isn't about fear or isolation. It's about recognizing that when plans are shared too soon, they become susceptible to external influences, whether it's doubt, envy, or even unintentional disruption. People may mean well, but they can unconsciously project their own insecurities onto your ambitions. Those insecurities can creep into your mindset and weaken the resolve you need to see your goals to fruition. It's also about learning when to speak and when to remain silent. There might be people in your life who seem supportive on the surface, but the moment you reveal your dreams, they question your every detail, take apart your ideas, or make subtle jabs that leave you second-guessing. Their skepticism might masquerade as concern, but it can stall your momentum. Remaining tight-lipped allows you to shield your vision until you're ready to present it fully formed. Silence becomes a layer of armor. Instead of proclaiming your goals to every friend, family member, or passing acquaintance, you hold them close, like precious seeds that need to be nurtured away from harsh conditions. When you keep your ambitions to yourself, you free yourself from the need for external validation. No one can talk you out of it. No one can deter you with a disapproving comment. You stand firm on your own intuition, trusting the nudge that says you're onto something big. This principle is especially vital if you've recently experienced a surge of energy, like a wave of inspiration or a dramatic life shift. The excitement might be overwhelming, and you naturally want to share it. Still, pacing yourself is key. Early disclosure often leads to unnecessary interference. People may try to steer your plans based on their limited vision. They might advise you to do something practical, diluting the spark that makes your dream extraordinary. Keeping quiet ensures you stay aligned with your original calling before outside voices dampen that clarity. Additionally, you minimize conflict. Anyone who feels threatened by your growth or envious of your opportunities can't plan against what they don't know. You might have sensed that certain individuals prefer you in a smaller role. Maybe a boss who undervalues your potential or a friend uncomfortable with your rapid spiritual awakening. If these people remain unaware of your bigger moves, they can't meddle. Meanwhile, you earn time to work calmly, refine your strategy, and gather momentum unnoticed. Yet silence is not the same as isolation. You might choose a single trusted mentor, confidant, or professional advisor to guide you. The difference is intention. Rather than casually telling anyone within earshot, you selectively seek input from those who can genuinely help. Silence is simply your first line of defense. It allows you to harness your own energy, refine your ideas, and cultivate an unshakable belief that no one else can breach. Ultimately, this hush fosters a serene environment where you can grow. In that quiet space, your ambitions strengthen, your intuition sharpens, and your confidence matures. Then when you do step forward and reveal what you've been building, it's too solid for naysayers to tear down. By valuing silence early on, you give your future self the security to flourish without unnecessary battles. And that means stepping into a world that truly becomes yours. Chapter 2. Shielding your inner vision from outside interference. When you decide to keep silent about your plans, you're not just withholding information. You're also cultivating a sanctuary for your vision, a place where it can strengthen, evolve, and ultimately flourish. The outer world is noisy, filled with skeptics, cynics, and even well-meaning folks who don't share your perspective. If you permit that noise to seep into your sacred space, it can distort your judgment and cast shadows. This special form of privacy extends beyond simply avoiding big announcements. It's about the subtle ways you protect your energy, the people you choose to spend time with, the conversations you engage in, and even the media you consume. For instance, if you find yourself around those who mock or belittle your ambitions, even if they claim it's all in good humor, you're allowing negative undercurrents to seep in. If you continuously scroll through doom-filled headlines or watch shows that drain your spirit, you might unconsciously absorb a worldview that's incompatible with the confidence your plan demands. Protecting your inner vision can also involve rethinking how you handle social media. You might feel compelled to post about each new development in your life, a pattern so common in modern culture. Yet consider how easily that public exposure invites commentary from people who have no real investment in your success. While many might cheer you on, others could sow seeds of confusion. Staying silent on certain platforms at crucial moments can serve as a powerful filter, letting you gauge who truly values your growth rather than those just following for the spectacle. Sometimes this choice to keep quiet feels lonely. Friends might ask direct questions like, "What are you up to these days?" And you have to navigate giving polite, non-committal answers. You're not trying to be deceitful, but you understand not all hearts can safely hold the details of your next move. If they're not mature enough to respect your silence or are prone to oversharing your secrets, they can inadvertently sabotage your process. The best you can do is gently shift the conversation or offer broad updates without delving into specifics. Oddly enough, you might discover that your silence creates an aura of mystery. People sense something changing in you, an undercurrent of excitement, confidence, and readiness. Some will lean in, eager to discover what you're preparing. Others may bristle, perceiving your withholding as arrogance or secrecy. Understand that their reactions speak volumes about them, not you. Those who feel threatened by your silence are often the ones who can't stand not being in control or informed. Their restlessness confirms that your discretion is necessary. This protective stance helps you preserve momentum in the early stages of any project or life transition. Momentum is fragile. A single discouraging comment can halt you for days or even weeks. By staying under the radar, you allow your ideas to crystallize in an environment free from hasty criticism. You gather evidence and refine your plan, building a stable foundation that naysayers can't easily topple. In this way, shielding your inner vision sets you apart as a guardian of your destiny. You're not simply acting out of fear, you're making a deliberate choice to maintain the vibrational integrity of your dreams. As a result, your unfolding goals remain aligned with your soul's mission, untainted by external doubts. And once you're ready to emerge, your vision will have the resilience to withstand any negativity that might appear. Chapter 3. Understanding the vulnerability of emerging plans. In many ways, your budding plans resemble newborns, fragile, impressionable, and in need of protection. When you first sense an idea stirring in your heart, it arrives without a full suit of armor. It's pure inspiration, a spark that needs kindling before it can roar into a flame. Berating it before an audience prematurely can be like exposing an infant to a harsh climate. Some well-meaning person might question its viability or inadvertently point out hurdles you haven't mentally prepared to face yet. Their skepticism might cause your motivation to wither before it ever gets a chance to bloom. One key aspect of this vulnerability is the sheer novelty of what you're aiming for. Whether you're starting a new business, planning a relocation, or pursuing an unconventional passion, you're likely treading unfamiliar territory. Every day you gain new insights, refine your perspective, and adapt to emerging realities. This fluidity is precisely why it's best to keep quiet. You're not bound by outside expectations. You can pivot, experiment, and grow without worrying about how others will interpret your changes in direction. You owe no one an explanation because no one's aware of the micro adjustments you're making. Moreover, premature critique can undermine your faith in yourself. Even if you possess strong self-esteem, an offhand remark from someone you respect can suddenly erode your confidence. They might say, "Are you sure that's wise?" Or, "You realize how tough that is, right?" While they may have good intentions, their perspective doesn't encompass the full vision you've been gifted. They don't see the conviction you feel deep inside, the intangible sense that tells you this is the right path. Once doubt seeps in, it can be laborious to recapture the spirit of boldness that originally fueled you. In the face of your plan's delicate state, silence allows for a natural gestation. It's like planting a seed in the earth. You don't dig it up daily to check its progress. You water it, ensure it gets sunlight, and trust that the process unfolding beneath the soil is leading toward a sprout. If you keep showing it to everyone, the constant handling can damage it. Without undue interference, your project or idea matures, readying itself for the day when it can stand tall and endure whatever scrutiny it may face. This environment of secrecy also grants you the space to connect with your inner compass. You'll notice synchronicities more keenly. Maybe you stumble upon a relevant article or overhear a conversation that provides the missing piece to your plan. Because you haven't broadcasted your intentions, these moments feel like private signals guiding you further. Each small revelation arrives without external commentary, letting you interpret and incorporate it on your own terms. The journey becomes an intimate dialogue between you and the universe, strengthening your resolve at every turn. Yet remember, quietness is a protective cloak, not a permanent muzzle. There will come a time when unveiling your goals is strategic and necessary. By then, you'll have tested your theories, developed your skills, and grown your resilience. You reveal yourself fully formed, like a caterpillar finally emerging as a butterfly, less susceptible to any negativity. So if you find yourself brimming with an idea that excites you beyond measure, resist the urge to tell the world. In that hush, you'll find the nurturing and clarity that fragile beginnings crave. Chapter 4. Guarding Against Energetic Parasites. Human energy is not a trivial resource, especially for those who carry big visions and major dreams. Every step of your progress demands focus, perseverance, and sometimes a touch of divine luck. The last thing you want is to be drained by individuals who feed on your enthusiasm and give back only doubt or cynicism. By keeping certain details private, you build a barrier against those who, consciously or not, would siphon your life force. Think of these people as energetic parasites. They might show interest in your plans, but their interest is seldom pure. They ask incessant questions, fishing for details, not to support you, but to discover your vulnerabilities. Or they might pretend to champion you in person, then secretly relish your struggles once you leave the room. If you've encountered someone who always counters your ideas with negativity or who tries to overshadow your good news with their own dramas, you've brushed shoulders with this type of energy leech. One telltale sign is how you feel after interacting with them. If you leave a conversation more confused, drained, or anxious than when you started, you've allowed them a piece of your energy. Over time, repeated exposure can weigh you down, sapping the enthusiasm that once propelled you forward. Because your plans are in a delicate phase, even a slight energetic drain can slow your progress. Your creativity might wane, your resolve might falter, and your faith in your mission could waver. Secrecy functions like a firewall. By withholding your specifics, you restrict how much an energetic parasite can latch onto. They can't critique a plan they don't know. They can't sabotage details they lack. They might still sense that something is brewing and probe you with prying questions, but if you remain politely vague, saying things like, "I'm working on a few things, but not ready to discuss," you deny them the fodder they crave. Over time, many will lose interest, sensing there's no opening to exploit. This protective stance doesn't imply paranoia. It's about spiritual and emotional self-care. In the same way you wouldn't give a relative stranger access to your bank account, you shouldn't give questionable individuals access to the inner workings of your dream. It's about setting boundaries that preserve your mental clarity and emotional well-being. In an era where oversharing is celebrated, learning the power of "no, I'm not ready to talk about that" can feel revolutionary. Such caution extends to online spaces as well. Social media often invites a wide array of opinions, some of which can be downright toxic. A single derogatory comment can echo in your mind for days. If your plan is still forming, limiting how much you share publicly reduces the risk of a digital feeding frenzy and your vulnerabilities. This is especially true if you're building a new project or brand. Your digital image may be at its most pliable, and unfiltered negativity can tarnish it from the start. In the end, the greatest favor you can do for yourself is to manage how your energy is spent. You deserve a circle that champions you unconditionally, or at least respects your journey. By keeping a strategic silence around your ambitions, you fend off those who come to take and never to give. You maintain the purity of your forward momentum, ensuring that when your big reveal does happen, You arrive in a space free from leeches, fully charged, confident, and prepared to soar. Chapter 5. Cultivating Inner Strength Through Private Milestones. Keeping your plans under wraps doesn't mean skipping celebration. You simply shift where and how it occurs. Instead of chasing applause from the crowd, you commemorate each success in a personal, reflective manner. Society urges us to flaunt triumphs publicly, but embracing private milestones offers a deeper fulfillment than a flurry of likes on social media ever could. Picture untangling a tricky part of your project, maybe navigating a financial snag or breaking through a creative block, all on your own. There's no chorus of noisy opinions or belittling remarks. Only you witness your resourcefulness, grit, and ingenuity. In that solitary recognition, your self-trust flourishes. You grasp that your accomplishments don't hinge on external praise. They stem from your perseverance and inventive thinking. This approach also avoids the pitfall of announcing deadlines prematurely, which can trap you into rigid expectations. If you declare, "I'll launch in 6 months," you might feel obligated to meet that date, even if evolving circumstances suggest a better timeline. By keeping milestones private, you stay flexible, focusing on what authentically propels you forward rather than appeasing public perception. Additionally, working quietly helps you resist the urge to compare your pace or style with others. You evaluate your progress based on your own growth, how much you've learned, how well you handle setbacks, not by someone else's dramatic highlight reel. This shift fosters authentic self-improvement, free from the anxiety of matching someone else's clock or benchmarks. Over time, your quiet achievements build into a robust internal reservoir of confidence. On the days when discouragement creeps in, recalling a past hurdle you overcame alone can rekindle your courage. And when you're finally ready to reveal your project or embark on your next big chapter, you do so backed by tested methods, refined strengths, and a deeply rooted belief in your own capabilities. This intentional approach to celebrating progress also brings its own kind of joy. After each private milestone, you can pause to reflect on what went right, what you learned, and how you grew. Such reflection nurtures a deeper self-awareness, preventing external chaos from overshadowing your achievements. By consistently acknowledging your own successes, you set a positive cycle in motion, where each solved challenge motivates you to tackle the next with renewed determination. Ultimately, these private wins form the hidden framework that sustains you. When public scrutiny or unexpected challenges arise, you stand on a foundation built from quiet perseverance, unwavering through life's gusts of criticism or doubt. The moment you finally step into the public eye, your success isn't just a random spike of triumph, it's the natural outcome of countless carefully guarded victories that shape both your vision and your resilience. Chapter 6. Knowing whom to trust with your secrets. Complete silence doesn't mean isolation. Sometimes guidance from the right person can boost your progress immensely. The key is discerning who's truly safe to confide in. Not everyone who claims loyalty can handle the weight of your vision. First, watch for consistency. Does a potential confidant casually gossip about others' personal matters? Or do they protect what's entrusted to them? Do they disappear when trouble hits? Or stand firm beside friends? Past patterns can forecast future loyalty. Next, heed your intuition. If your gut tightens at the thought of sharing, maybe hold off. Your body often warns you of misalignments before your mind can catch up. Rushing to share with someone who triggers doubt rarely ends well. Expertise matters too. If it's a legal or financial quandary, seek a professional who has both ethical obligations and the know-how. Likewise, a mentor in your field may offer real solutions rather than envy or sabotage. Mutual support is another green light in healthy, growth-focused relationships. Your success isn't a threat but a shared victory. These individuals genuinely celebrate your wins and give constructive critique, aiming to lift you higher still. Reveal your plans gradually. Test smaller pieces of information. Did they leak or did they show genuine care? This step-by-step approach helps minimize the risk of a major betrayal. If someone can't handle a small secret, they certainly can't be trusted with bigger ones. Finally, remember you're not obligated to bare your soul to everyone. Some relationships are purely social, made for lighthearted bonding, not for sharing your life's biggest ambitions. Understanding which circle each relationship fits into is a skill in itself. With careful scrutiny, you'll keep your dreams safeguarded, anchoring them among those who truly wish you well. From there, your carefully chosen support system can uplift you behind the scenes, letting you remain discerningly quiet toward the wider world. Chapter 7. Revealing at the right time and thriving. Eventually, the moment arrives to share your work or step into the spotlight. With your foundation firm and your mind clear, you decide it's time to unveil your next move. This reveal can be as pivotal as the silent groundwork that came before. If done hastily or in the wrong context, your successes risk being drowned by disorder. But timed well, the unveiling can be transformative. After all your behind-the-scenes effort, you'll likely be brimming with anticipation. Deliver your vision calmly and confidently, allowing observers to appreciate the results of your meticulous planning. Now, your project or idea isn't fragile. It's tested and resilient. Criticisms that might have stopped you before now glance off your newfound confidence, forged in secrecy. This stage can feel surreal. Maybe you launch a business you've quietly nurtured for months or switch careers in a dramatic pivot that surprises colleagues. Reactions will vary. Some will cheer. Others might resent that you moved independently. But at this point, you've outgrown the need for universal approval. You're not unveiling to gain applause. You're revealing because it's time, and you're ready for whatever challenges come. Still, remain open to constructive input. Silence doesn't mean rejecting collaboration. It means revealing at a point where you can adapt gracefully, not out of anxiety. You shift from solo builder to confident leader, inviting those who can genuinely enhance your plan rather than derail it. The best part of unveiling at the right time is the sense of freedom that follows. You no longer have to treat every detail like top secret information. You can talk openly about your vision, release materials, or share your journey with friends. You'll still keep some strategies private, but you're no longer sealed off in total secrecy. From here, thriving involves sustaining momentum. You'll decide which parts of your goals stay under wraps and which flourish in public view. Sometimes you'll revert to another period of quiet to develop the next feature or pivot in strategy. Other times, you'll seek external feedback. This public stance remains flexible, guided by the same intuition that once advised you to keep silent. Over time, this dance of silent building and timely unveiling cements your progress. People see your growth, marvel at your composure, and wonder how you achieve so much with so little fanfare. Yet you know the truth. Your patient diligence paved the way for every victory. Now, with both your hidden efforts and public success aligned, you stand strong, ready to claim each blessing you've diligently prepared.